So today we're going to talk about sizing a mask. You can see the video on heat sizing to stretch a mask or to shrink it if we need to, compress it in a little bit. The only time you really need to do that is if it's just, too small and it's hitting your cheekbone. This mask I'm going to show how to pad. So this is a really big mask. So what we're going to do, the first step to making it fit is to check the eye height. So what we'll do is have you get there and I'm going to have you just let this fall. What you want to see, so let it fall down. The eye height is actually good on her. Sometimes it'll be too high and you'll need to take out some pads, and sometimes it'll be too low. If it were to settle like that, it would be too low and you would need to add some pads. But what'll happen is you want to make sure you just have it resting on the top of her head. You don't want to let it rock like this because we're going to fix that in a later step. So you just have it set down, and if you can look straight through the eye holes, you're in business. So what we need to do now is make sure that when she'll take and press on the forehead here and push that back, to make sure that she's not having any brow depth issues. What I mean by that is if this pad was not big enough and you were making contact with any of the areas of the mask in the eye area. So if you were to have contact, what you'd want to do is just put in another spacer right there and add in a thin piece of EVA foam. You want to test it, you don't want to immediately glue. Put it in there, see if it fits good. We've checked the depth going up and down, and we've checked the depth from front to back. Now the last thing that we need to do is fix the rock. It's settled on her head. I can feel that it's settled, and it's touching her brow there. But the problem is, as soon as we put pressure on, it's going to rock and it's going to roll like that because it doesn't have the correct cheek depth. And then it puts everything out of position. What we want to do is take EVA foam, which is included in the kit, and I usually put in a couple different levels. So you've got some thinner stuff and some thicker stuff. If you want to buy more of this, just make sure that you don't buy the ultra high density foam because it's too dense. It's for cosplay, crafting, and that kind of stuff. So what I would do, and you can layer this on top of each other, is cut some squares. We can put them in on the cheeks right there. And then we'll do the same on the other side. A lot of my masks are asymmetrical, which means you might have to pad one side more than the other. So what we're gonna do is have her put the mask on, just get the straps tightened. We wanna make sure that this is nice and snug. You want a good bit of forward pressure pulling you into the front brow pad. So now that that's in place, we can have Savannah sneak these pads up into her cheekbones. See if that helps us with the rock situation. Kind of have to hold it in place there and then pop these other ones in there. And sometimes you need just one, sometimes you need two, sometimes you need to play around and get some thick ones, like one thick, one thin. But now that we've got that, you can see the mask sits level this way. Her eyes are in the correct spot so she can see out really easily. It's not rocking back and forth when she has it on. That's how you fit a mask. You have to make sure that you get the eye depth right from top to bottom, the brow depth from front to back, and then we have to eliminate any rock or tilt in the mask, and we do that with just cheek pads. From there, all you would do is take and glue that in with any kind of adhesive. Contact cements work, super glue works, any of that type of stuff will work. Just make sure that it evaporates off so you're not having that around your eyes too much. And that's it. That's how you do it. That's all.
That's how it's made.
Again, I'm done.
Until next time.
I'm done.